Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Your Excellency, with your permission, I'll begin. His Excellency the Governor will present the following honours and awards. Appointed a Member of the Order of Australia in the General Division, His Honour Judge Horacio Renato. For significant service to the law and to the judiciary in Queensland through appointments as Magistrate and Chief Magistrate of the Magistrates Court and as a Judge of the District Court, to the development of legal ethics and professional standards, and to the community through contributions as a volunteer. Ms. Karen Joan Walsh. For significant service to the community, particularly to children and people who are homeless and victims of domestic and family violence, through management, leadership and committee roles in social welfare and mental health organisations and initiatives in both not-for-profit and government sectors. Awarded the Australian Fire Service Medal, Dr. Raymond Clinton Bott. For extensive and prolonged service to Queensland Fire and Emergency Services Specialist Response and to mitigation of hazardous environments in international, national and intrastate emergencies, disasters and special events. Mr. Ian Dennis Shepherd, for exemplary and unrelenting commitment to progressing community safety through roles with the Queensland Fire and Emergency Services, reshaping community safety operations across the organisation, improving customer service and enabling the QFES to manage the built environment within a complex legislative framework. Awarded the Ambulance Service Medal, Mr. Colin Wayne Allen. For extensive and prolonged service through various roles within the Queensland Ambulance Service, including currently as Director Brisbane Operations Centre, leading large teams in answering emergency calls and coordinating the dispatch of ambulances across Greater Brisbane, and as a Senior Office Bearer with professional organisations. Mrs. Catherine Lee Dunstan, for dedicated service and exemplary leadership within the Queensland Ambulance Service, demonstrating abilities across a range of educational, supervisory, management and executive roles, bringing to the profession passion, commitment and an eye for detail in supporting service delivery. Mr. Peter Charles Fickner, for long-standing, dedicated service as a trusted officer in many roles within the Queensland Ambulance Service, including his current position as a Senior Operations Supervisor, and for providing passionate support to the local ambulance service networks. awarded the Emergency Services Medal, Mrs. Janet May Scott, for high-level commitment to the community through supporting local events, education and response to emergencies, and as a proactive and engaging educator, instrumental in boosting the capability and capacity of the 8 SES groups across the Sunshine Coast. Mrs. Elizabeth Frances Sir, for demonstrated leadership in encouraging and fostering the development of others and implementing innovative changes to the State Emergency Service, notably to the Emergency Services Cadets, and as a well-respected trainer and outstanding volunteer. Awarded the Medal of the Order of Australia in the General Division, the Reverend Kenneth John Anderson, for service to the Uniting Church in Australia as a minister in a wide range of parishes, as a consultant on matters affecting children, youth and young adults, and as co-founder of significant support programs, and for service to Australian rules football. Mr. Paul Anthony Dalit, for service to the performing arts in Queensland through roles as an actor, musician, director, composer, musical director and producer for a wide range of organisations, as well as through leadership of the Actors and Entertainers Benevolent Fund Queensland and membership of various arts and industry boards and contributions to arts media. Mrs. Margaret Ann DeWitt, for service to local government through leadership roles in the Australian Local Government Association and the Local Government Association of Queensland, and to the community of Brisbane as a councillor for 20 years, including through chairmanship of the council and as a chair of key committees. Mr. Kenneth Malcolm Dixon, for service to cricket in Queensland as Secretary, Committee Member, Player and Coach for the Sandgate Redcliffe District Cricket Club and as a Board Member of Cricket Queensland, Selector at state level for both adult and youth teams and Foundation Board Member of the Queensland Sports Museum. Dr. Jeffrey Alexander Harding, for service to the musculoskeletal medicine as a director of the Sandgate Spinal Medical Clinic, contributing to a range of professional musculoskeletal associations and working groups as a committee member, member of the executive, or as a member or fellow, and to medical education through roles in New Zealand and Australian universities. Mrs. Helen Mary Hogan. For service to lawn bowls in Far North Queensland, as President of the Far North Queensland Bowling Association and as President and Committee Member of bowling clubs in Cairns, Carralbin and Tamborine, and to the community as Alderman of Cairns City Council and through membership of community organisations. Mr. Jeffrey Lloyd Holmes, for service to the community of Toowoomba. Mr. Daryl Maxwell Sanderson, for service to the community of the Gold Coast as Coordinator of the Men's Shed Rotary Club of Surfers Sunrise, as Chairman of the Wheelchair Trust, as a member of APEX, including 3 terms as President, and as Treasurer of the Labrador Scout Group. Mr. Terry Snee, for service to industrial relations through leadership positions in various organisations and bodies, including the Australian Institute of Marine and Power Engineers, the International Transport Workers Federation, the Maritime Workforce Development Forum, the Sydney Ferries Corporation, the Independent Review of Australian Shipping, and the Australian Council of Trade Unions. Mr. John Cornelius Toohey, for service to veterans and their families through elected positions within the Returned and Services League of Australia, and to the community of Gundawindi through the Finance Committee of St Mary's Catholic Church, contributions to basketball, swimming and rugby union clubs and associations, and membership of the Lions Club of Gundawindi. Dr. Ernie Krishnan Villay Dan Pilla, for service to the Malay community of Queensland through leadership and founding roles in a range of societies and community organisations, as well as through activities and events to promote and preserve the culture and heritage of the Indian community in Queensland, including contributions to the film industry. Awarded the Medal of the Order of Australia in the Honorary Division, Miss Jean Mary Clifford, for service to youth through a wide range of roles with Scouts, including Deputy Chief Commissioner of the Queensland Branch and long-standing membership of the Queensland Branch Council and Executive Committee, and through contributions to the Gang Show. Your Excellency, that concludes this afternoon's awards. Could I now invite you to address the recipients and their guests?
Thank you, Official Secretary. Ladies and gentlemen, Kay and I extend a very warm welcome to you all this afternoon to Government House for this important ceremony of recognition. We particularly today welcome our official guests and our recipients and their proud supporters. We hope you are all able to join us afterwards for refreshments and that this will add to your enjoyment of this very special day. And in case you're wondering, yes, we do serve cucumber sandwiches. and I'm told there will be some Fraser Island crab and some Mooloolaba prawns as well this afternoon. Now, I had once acknowledged the traditional custodians of the lands around Brisbane, the Turrbal and Yagara peoples, and expressed my respect for their elders past and present. For me, as the representative in Queensland of our Queen, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, an investiture ceremony is a very important act of both giving and receiving. On behalf of the people of Australia, I invest recipients with their awards with gratitude for the contribution they have made to our nation. And the awardees, in accepting their honours, humbly acknowledge that it is their fellow Australians who have nominated them or have supported their nominations. Receiving any of the 57 awards under the Australian Honours System is never simply a matter of family, friends or colleagues filling out a form and sitting back to wait until their nominee's name appears in the list published on Australia Day or on the Queen's birthday weekend. Each nomination is scrutinised with exceptional care, and it is the fact, I'm told, that quite a few are rejected. Referees are contacted and a great deal of effort goes into ensuring that the integrity of our unique honours system is preserved. All of this occurs many months before the public announcements are made, and I know it can be difficult for recipients to maintain their silence as the time of their announcement approaches. But today, there is no longer any need for confidentiality or silence. Now is the time for you to enjoy the time-honoured symbolism of your investiture. Much of it dates back centuries to the time when kings honoured loyalty and valour by creating Knights of the Realm. Here at Government House, Queensland, we are mindful of that long tradition and are deeply committed to ensuring that these ceremonies are organised and carried out with all the decorum and attention to detail that tradition demands. You may not have donned armour and mounted a horse to ride out onto a medieval battlefield, but each of you, ladies and gentlemen, in your own ways, have fought a battle that is no less fierce or difficult. Battles sometimes against ignorance, against indifference, against prejudice, as well as confronting legal, financial and societal barriers, and in some cases, very real physical and emotional challenges. Our recipients today reflect a marvellous cross-section of Australian society. We have women and men who have fought against social injustice, homelessness, and domestic and family violence. There are people who put themselves on the front line working for our fire and emergency services and our ambulance service. There are awardees who have dedicated their time and skills to medicine and the law, to education, multiculturalism, veterans and youth, to local government and industrial relations. And we have men and women who have served their and our community by enriching our lives through their involvement in the church, the performing arts, cricket, bowls, scouts and service clubs. Each of them stands as a fine example of what can be achieved through passion and through persistent, dedicated effort. Collectively, our awardees today help make us a better, fairer nation. And for that, on behalf of all Queenslanders, I thank and congratulate you all and wish you an enjoyable celebration. Your varied careers and interests will give you a splendid range of topics to explore in conversation as you enjoy our Government House cucumber sandwiches and Fraser Island crab and Mooloolaba prawns. Thank you all.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for the Vice-Regal salute and Governor's departure. Your Excellency, could I invite you and Mr Jersey to retire momentarily while we organise recipients for a photo?